Welcome to episode 7 of This Week in Sports Betting, where we, the sports handicapper, try to find the best lines and best values for you, the viewer, as well as ourselves, to make profit in sports betting. I'm BP311, joined as always by my co-host TJSaltdog and our special guest today, Tanner Kern. And I know that Tanner's not feeling well, so man of the people, thanks for being here, man. I know it's not been an easy day.
Yeah, I'm sweating a little bit, but I'm good to go. I'm locked in. Love talking picks with Brian and Terry, so it should be fun.
All right, we're going to start in baseball, and I think that me and Terry have the same play. I think you talked about it this morning, but I'm not sure if you took it. So I'm going with Cardinals on the run line, plus 108 today against the Pirates, 6:35 p.m. Apple TV. I mean, it's Wainwright on the mound, and it's the Cardinals away. So I feel like it just makes more sense than anything else to me today in baseball. Terry?
Yep, that's what I got. I mean, I wasn't going to take the run line for the whole game because I don't trust Cardinals bullpen.
Oh, you didn't take the whole game? Okay.
Nope, I took yes, you know what? I did take the first half. I did. My bad, Brian. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. I'm on the run line, minus 1.5 Cardinals, full game. Terry's on first 5.
First 5, yes.
Okay. Tanner, anything on that game?
I like the Cardinals. I didn't play it. I saw it at plus 100. Then it went to like minus 105, minus 110. I'm like, I'll stay away from it. I already got 2 run line bets with the Dodgers against the Phillies and then Mets against the Rockies. So 3 run lines would have been a little too much for me today. But I really do like that Cardinals matchup at plus money.
I feel you with 3 run lines being too much. Wainwright's 3.15 ERA, 4-3 start against Zach Thompson, 5.47 ERA, and a 2-3 start. So I just like the Cardinals big time. That's my only run line today. I took some of your plays this morning, though. I parlayed them together. D-backs and Cubs under 11.5 runs. Mets, I took the money line there, though, and then Dodgers money line as well. And as far as that, we got 2-2 at the bottom of the second right now. So I guess on the D-backs, Cubs under, it's not enough to sweat just yet. But
no, it
not
could
looking
be.
great.
No, definitely not. I mean, it's the first inning, though. There shouldn't have been a single run scored. Kyle Hendricks just walking everyone and throwing a few strikes. And hopefully it stays under. We'll see. But it was too high of a number with these offenses, in my opinion, to go over, even with the wind.
Agreed. You take a Nerfy in that thing? Or no?
No.
Okay. I think you just gave us your plays. Mets run line, Dodgers run line. Terry, you got anything else in baseball today?
Yeah, I got the very next game being played there. Braves money line, minus 118 over the Marlins. I just don't like the picture the Marlins have going today. You know, but other than that, yeah, that's about it.
Okay. I mean, I looked at that game. I thought about actually taking the other side, but it wasn't really the pitching matchup. It was just the fact that I like the Marlins as a gritty team that, you know, they play hard, and once in a while they sneak out a win. They haven't been great starting off, but I think they're going to be a contender down the stretch. We'll see.
There's a lot of teams that started off bad that's pretty good right now. And there's teams that started off good that ain't doing very well.
No.
Yeah, I picked the wrong time to fade the Red Sox on I think it was Wednesday against the Astros, and that burned me. So
Yeah, I mean, they're so hard to bet right now when you look at them. I mean, last night Trevor Story hits 3 homers, and then tonight they'll probably lose. So they're inconsistent right now. They're playing better baseball, but they're still inconsistent. It's even tougher to bet them now because they're winning some games and losing some. Like, they're not just losing everything and not scoring, which was under City for me.
Yeah, now it's become pretty difficult. Do you have anything else in baseball, Tanner, before we move on?
No, I mean, just hopefully this D-backs Cubs game can stay under and start the day with a win. But yeah, Dodgers run line and then Mets run line. That's all we're going with today.
All right.
So you didn't touch the Red Sox game today?
No, I'm not betting them at all right now. I don't know what I'm getting out of them.
I like under 9. I really do.
Yeah, and I mean, like yesterday, and they really didn't score that many runs outside of the homers yesterday, and I don't know. I don't count on them doing that again. But yeah, because who's for the Mets or for the Mariners? What's his name's going today? My guy, the really good pitcher. Who's he going? I forget. I haven't even looked at the Red Sox game. I don't consider them anymore.
Mariners got Robbie Ray.
Yeah, Robbie Ray's going. I believe against Walker, so that should be a good pitching matchup. I do like the under there, but again, they're hitting the ball now, so it concerns me.
Yeah,
Walker's looked a lot better early, but Robbie Ray's pretty good too. He just pitched a lot of innings.
Yeah.
All right, so to the ice, we good for that. Terry might take a break at this point, but that's fair. Let's go to the show.
I got my picks.
Nope. Wait, you got picks. I forgot. You said you had
Rangers money line plus 142. They were only outshot by 2 shots last time and lost in overtime.
That's true. Every bit of what he said is true. And I'll have a pick to back that up with later, but it's not mine. So let me go into my pick. I'm going to take the under 5.5 in this game. A little bit of a vig, minus 115. But these two teams, I thought going into the series it was going to be an under type of series. I said it on Monday. So far, 2-1 Carolina in game one. So I'm thinking the under here tonight on that one. Tanner, you got anything on this game or any thoughts on it?
I'm going to take Hurricanes money line in regular time at minus 105. Ronto was really good. Igor was really good. I think the over is a good play, Brian. But I saw what Carolina did to the Bruins at home. It's hard for me to take the other side of it in this game, even though the Rangers nearly won. So, I think for Rangers for plus money is a great bet, but I'll take a chance on the Hurricanes at home.
A little bit of everything on this one. You get an under, a Rangers, and a Canes. So whatever you want. And they're all relatively valuable plays. Nothing's crazy. Nothing's minus 130 or higher. So later tonight, I'm not playing the game straight. We got the Flames and the Oilers. A crazy 9-6 final in game one, 15 goals. And Terry was talking about the shots before the show. It was 40-something to
48. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just insanity. And Markstrom's good, but Jesus. I'm taking the over in this game in a parlay, but I'm not playing it straight. So it's over 6.5 minus 115 as well. And I combine that with the Mavs plus 6.5. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So I'm on the Flames puck line tonight. I don't think Mike Smith or Mikko Kazinkin, whoever's in the goal tonight, is going to be that good. Jacob Markstrom was very surprising, giving up 6 goals the other night. But again, I think the Flames team is just better in the defensive zone. The Oilers have not shown that they can play defense really at all. Mike Smith is very inconsistent in the net. So I'm going to go with the Flames on the puck line at plus 140.
Yeah, I completely understand the play. And I've been saying for weeks that I think the Flames are going to win it all. I'm not sure. I think you're kind of bucking that one, but that's my thought. That's my belief. And they're looking like they're going to roll the Oilers pretty quickly here. I would say maybe 5 games.
Yeah, Ottinger for the Stars, he really kept Dallas in that last series. You saw the shots on goal numbers. Like Calgary was getting 40, 50 shots on goal in certain games, right? And Dallas just played great on defense. That's something that the Oilers don't have, and I think it'll hurt them in the series overall. I think they'll win one or 2 games, but you really can't rely on them to do much against Markstrom, against a high-powered offense as well.
Now, I'll go to something that Corey said on Monday on the program. I really believe that Ken Holland's best years are behind him. His best years were when he was in Detroit as the general manager. I think you're getting the leftovers of that in Edmonton. I think Mike Smith's just not the guy between the pipes. You're going to need somebody better if you're actually going to be successful over time, despite how good their offense is with McDavid, Draisaitl, and those guys. But I guess we can roll into Saturday then. Blues and Avalanche, the only game Saturday. They pushed everything else to Sunday, which is a little strange to me, but it looks like they're trying to get a matinee going on Sunday, get everybody watching when nothing else is going on, which I understand because they're competing with the NBA playoffs. Blues, for me, it's Blues money line plus 140 against the Avalanche in a 1-1 series. Game 3 in St. Louis. St. Louis matched the shot total last game. Goaltending came up big, and Rob's not going to agree with me. I'll go to his picks in a minute, but I just feel like the Blues are looking like the better team right now in the series, and they're at home.
Yeah, what Binghamton did in the first 2 games of the series is pretty special. When I look at the Blues at plus 136 at home, I feel that's very disrespectful from bookmakers. I'm going to take advantage of it. Not to say the Avalanche aren't going to, win the shots on goal battle by 20 goals again like they did in game 1. If that happens, I think they will ultimately win the game. But for the value, considering what the Blues did to the Avalanche in the defensive zone last game, I got to trust that the Blues can get the job done. For plus money at home, you really can't beat it.
A little consensus on that one. I wasn't going to go into all the games on Sunday. I think Rob's got a little synopsis I'm going to run through quickly here in a moment. I'll just do the series bets here right now where it stands. Rangers plus 280, Canes minus 360. I don't see any value on either side. I think the Canes will take the series. Oilers plus 290, Flames minus 380, same thing. Flames take the series. I don't see value there. But Blues plus 250 still against the Avs at minus 320. I still see value in the Blues series bet. I took it at plus 290, but 250 is still a good number. So I would still take that, if you're interested in it. And then Bolts minus 360 now against Panthers plus 280. When this thing started out, Lightning was plus 100. I talked about it. I didn't take it. I hesitated, and I just I'm kicking myself now. So.
Yeah, I mean, the Lightning have been really surprising in this series. I mean, obviously they know how to win games, and they have one of the best goaltenders in the world in Vasilevsky. But it I was shocked. Like for example, you look at the series overall. I don't think it's a bad bet to take the Panthers to come back if you want to take a risk, just because game one, I think it was 1-1 going in third period. Lightning went up 2-1. They waved off a goal for Florida, killed the momentum. Like 4-1's not a true tell of how close that game was. You look at game two, right? The Lightning win it with 4 seconds left. So. I do think the Lightning get the series done, but I think the Panthers will fight a little bit on the road at least.
It'd be much of a risk there. Plus 280 is a good number, but I just don't believe in it. I think the Tampa Bay Lightning, probably out of all the teams in the East, are going to be the one to go back to the finals. I don't think they're going to win it this time. Mm-hmm. I think they'll make it back to the dance. We'll see. They're looking really good, and Vasilevsky's holding it down. And the whole stat I had with – and it's a true stat, 15-0 after a loss in the postseason at home. With Vasilevsky and that, actually it wasn't even at home, just after a loss. They haven't lost yet in the series, so there's no value in taking him right now. But if they lose a game, the next one I'm going to take the money line. Hopefully it's plus money.
Definitely.
All right, so I'm going to run through Rob S.'s picks. He is from the Wagers Lounge Discord. He's always in there with Corey. Wagers Lounge, NHL picks, NHL talk. He's got Rangers at Canes. Rangers money line plus 145 tonight. Canes beat Rangers 3 out of 4 games during the season, but Ranta wasn't in goal for any of those games. Rangers have had to fight hard for everything this playoff season, and I think that's going to work in their favor in this series. They seem to have the win in hand in game one, but gave it away late in regulation and in overtime. I think they go up by more than one in this game, and they've got the ability to protect the lead. He's got a prop of Andrei Svechnikov under 2.5 shots on goal. His lines are at DraftKings. This one's plus 110. Svechnikov averaged about 2.5 goals against New York over the season and had 0 shots on goal in game one with 2 shots missing the target. He went under in 5 out of the 8 playoff games so far and 5 of the last 6 games. If you find it at plus odds, I think it has value. Early series predictions, Rangers in 6, but not an official bet for me right now. So that's just more of an idea play. I don't love the Rangers in this series. I kind of agree with a lot of stuff that Tanner said about the Hurricanes, but I'll keep rolling here. Oilers at Flames. Flames money line minus 190 DraftKings. Big juice, but I can understand taking it if you're going to parlay it. I love how the Flames have been playing since basically midseason. They've had a tough matchup against Dallas in the first round, but I think the matchup is back in their favor with the ability for both teams to score a bit more freely. I see these games continuing to be high scoring, and I'm guessing the books will have each game's over under set at 6.5 or higher. So I don't see that as good value play unless somehow that is plus odds and you want to throw a couple bucks at the over. Oilers have a high-powered offense, but I just don't think they have the ability to stop Calgary. Either way, I'm excited to see what's next in the series. He's got a couple props here. Kachuk to score a goal, plus 125 at DraftKings, or Kachuk over half a point, minus 215 at DK. Obviously, I would take the goal there if you're looking for some value. He's been hot in the playoffs, racking up at least a point in 6 of 8 games so far. The goals bet is certainly more risky since he's only scored 2 of the 8, but was his last 2 that he scored with a hat trick coming in the last game. He's been a huge piece to this team's success, and I think he continues his hot streak. He's got McDavid over 1.5 points, minus 130 at DK. He's got at least 2 points in all but 1 playoff game so far and has scored in the last 4 games. He's arguably the best player in the game. Can't stop him. This one's always a fun but slightly riskier bet. I'm not afraid. Let's see some goals. Early series prediction, I think Calgary takes the series. They'll probably need all 7 games to do so. I'm not sure about that, personally, me. I'm not sure it'll take that many games to do it. Like I said earlier, it'd probably be in 5. Terry, you got something on McDavid. We talked about it a little bit before the show. He's your new favorite player?
My new favorite player. Yes, it is. Every time I watch him play, that dude is good.
Yeah.
It's the only guy I know, really.
Best player in the sport.
It's quite a diatribe, and I'm not done with Rob's plays yet, but I want to take a little bit of a breather. Terry, you got a couple plays in the NHL to give out, don't you?
Yeah, Yeah, I had the Rangers money line and then the Oilers over 6.5.
Oh, you already gave those out, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't have nothing on tomorrow's games.
All right, so for Saturday,
NBA's tomorrow, but
I'm going to preface by saying that I completely disagree with this whole entire thing, but I'll read it because these are Rob's picks. So check out Rob on the Wagers Lounge Discord in the NHL section, and hopefully in the future we can actually get him live in person and on the show. Saturday, Avs at Blues, Colorado money line -170 or Colorado -1.5 plus 155. Avs are clearly the better team here. They haven't been able to find the back of the net so far in the series, though. Losing game 2 has me pretty confident they feel the incentive to take home ice advantage back on Saturday. I just don't like the Blues, so a little biased. There you go. Nichushkin over 2.5 shots on goal, has hit in every other playoff game so far and in the last 7 regular season games. He's too biased. Maybe I am too. I hate Colorado. I'm a Red Wings fan. I'm a Blues fan as well, being originally from St. Louis. So you're getting biased answers on both sides of the Avs-Blues scenario from me and from Rob, as he's going to go Colorado. I'm going to take St. Louis. Connor, you got a thought or a play yet on this one for tomorrow?
We already got to that, right? I mean, Avs. Who are we going with?
I'm taking the Blues money line.
Yeah, I went Blues money line.
We agreed on that. Great.
Yeah,
great. So Rob against us, and that's fair.
The positive odds at home, you can't beat it. I mean, consider what they did. You know, they limited the Avalanche's shots on goal. Like, if they can do that again at home, I think they can find a way to win once again. But overall, I think Colorado does win the series, because I think it's going to be very hard for Binghamton to be as good as he's been, on top of them, evening the shots on goal battle throughout the rest of the series.
I think when you need Villiuso to step up, he does. So I think if Bennington gets in a pickle here, you can swap out with confidence. That's my opinion. But again, I'm from St. Louis, so a little bit of a bias on that. I'm going to wrap Corey's up. He went all the way into Sunday. I didn't. I'm not going to take any plays for Sunday yet. I just can't commit to anything until we see the games tonight, realistically. Sunday, he's got Panthers at Lightning, Tampa Bay money line -110. Tampa Bay up 2 games already, and now they're home against a team that looks like they're a bit worn down and looking for answers. Defending champs get the W here. I hope Panthers wake up a bit in the series, but this could be already over. Series prediction, Tampa Bay in 5. And I can see everything he's saying there and understand it and probably make sense of it. And you were thinking that the Panthers could have some value on a comeback?
Well, I mean, just look at how close the games have been. I think there's value there. I don't know if I necessarily would do it. I would probably. I might take the Avalanche and the Blues, and tease. I might tease them both up to 7, and then play the under on them. Just from what we've seen, all the goaltenders are pretty locked in. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think the Lightning will win the series, but I'm not going to count out the Panthers just yet.
Fair enough. Any other ideas, thoughts, notes, anything else in the NHL before we move on? Nobody. Nope. All right, basketball. We got the Mavericks and the Golden State Warriors tonight. I know that me and Terry are not in agreement on this. The safe play for me would be the Dallas Mavericks +6.5. I think they're going to keep this game close. I think they're going to keep it close. That's all there is to it. I'm actually taking the Mavericks +210 on the money line, taking a shot for them to win the game. I don't think they can go down 0-2 like they did against Utah, like they did against Phoenix, and actually win the series. And I do think they can win the series still, but tonight is a really pivotal game, despite it only being game 2 in San Francisco. So I'll go with Mavs money line. Series bets on this one's +330 for the Mavs, -425 for the Warriors. I never took a series bet here, so I took the Mavs in both the first 2 series and 1+ money, but I left this one alone. I like both teams. I just think the Mavs will keep it competitive. What do you think, Terry?
At -6 Warriors at -112.
Here we go.
They're just too good. They're too good.
And they're nodding in agreement. So,
dude, the defense they played on Luka. I mean, jeez. They look good. They are hitting their stride right now. When they do that, they are not getting beat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on them too. I'm on the Warriors. I wouldn't count the Mavericks out, but before I bet on them, I need to see them play well. I think their supporting cast is not good enough. I think Luka not playing well kind of scares me, because even if Luka comes in and drops 40, I still think the Warriors can cover the spread, as long as you don't get like Jalen Brunson scoring a lot and Dinwiddie off the bench having a great night. So I mean, I think the Warriors just too strong right now. They're shooting too well. I'm going to ride with them at -6. I still think that's a fair spread.
I think it's a bit disrespectful, but we'll see. I understand what happened in game one, and I don't think it's going to happen again. Maybe I'm getting out ahead of myself because they haven't played good enough to win yet. But I think that tonight they'll turn it around, and I think they really need to. Luka needs to drop 40 or 45 points, but you're also going to have to see it from Dinwiddie and or Brunson, as well as another third guy. It could be Bullock, it could be Cleaver, it could be anybody. But you're going to have 3 players step up.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it throughout the playoffs, right? With whether it's the Celtics, I say a lot of things about the Celtics, but why were they so good last night? Jason Tatum had 27, 28, right in that range, and then Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart had 24 each. Like, a team basketball wins in the playoffs, and the Mavs struggle to do that sometimes. When they do it, they're really damn good, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do it here.
Yeah, I think Dallas is a good defensive team, but so is Golden State. But the only thing is, Golden State's got 5 guys that start that can give you 20, 25 points every night.
Yeah.
Golden State's more successful on offense, more explosive.
Yep.
Historically. Steph wasn't great in game one, but everybody else was. So they're going to have to limit some stuff. We'll see what happens tonight. That rolls us into our other game. Heat's getting 6.5 tomorrow night against the Celtics. Plus 220 Heat, minus 275 Boston.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a play on the game, so you guys.
I like the over. I like the over 207.5. I really do.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the overs have been, they haven't adjusted the totals to the overs yet. The one thing I'll say, Terry, about that, play devil's advocate here, you look how bad the Heat bench was and the Heat team as a whole, besides Jimmy Butler on the road in Philadelphia. So if that happens, we're going to get under. I think I'm going to go Heat +6, +6.5, whatever it's going to be. I'm going to bet against the Celtics there. I think the Celtics could still win the game, but the first game when Milwaukee came to, excuse me, the first game when Milwaukee came, I took them at like +5.5. I don't remember. I took them at +5.5 in one game, and then I took them +5.5 again. That both worked out in my favor, so I think that spread's a little too big. I think Celtics can still get the win, but it's going to be a tight game.
Well, he's not letting his bias get in the way of agreeing that I think it's a little disrespectful. He should probably be 3.5, 4.5, not 6.5. So I may actually consider that play, but I haven't locked it in just yet. I'm rooting for the Heat in the series. Sorry. My futures are riding high Golden State, middle Dallas, and low Miami. I've got nothing on Boston. It's too late to take any waivers on them at this point anyway. So I'm really hoping they don't make it to the next round, because if they win it all, it hurts me financially. So and that'll do NBA. I'm going to get into horse racing. I don't think anybody else is going to have anything, and that's fine. I'll run this myself. Preakness is tomorrow at 7 o'clock in Baltimore, Maryland, the second biggest race of the season, the second part of the Triple Crown. Rich Strike won the Derby, and he's not running this race. So the horse that should have won the Derby, the second favorite, I think it was going in, and then flipped to the favorite was Epicenter, and he was leading at the end when Rich Strike came up and beat him. Look, it's not sexy. It's not a crazy amount of money. You're getting about 25% more than what you're putting down here at 6-5 on Epicenter, but I can't see betting on any other horse in this race than the favorite. So I'm dropping big on Win Place Show, 6-5 on Epicenter, and let me just quickly. Epicenter's up just to let you know.
Lucky Strike won the Derby. The third place was the next 2 favorite horses. So who's the second right behind Epicenter?
Behind Epicenter?
Yeah. Is it the same horse that won? That got third place in the Derby?
No, that was not running the Preakness either.
Woo! Wow.
So out of the top 3 horses in the Derby, Epicenter's the only one running the Preakness.
Dude, that might be a good bet.
5. So basically, it's going to pay. You put 5, you get 6. Basically, add that up. From there. 125, something like that. Basically, is if you break it down. I'm doing Win Place Show on Epicenter, and I'm also going to take. Look, last weekend or 2 weeks ago, rather, it was crazy. Nobody's seen an 80-1 horse winning. Nobody hardly bet on that horse. Whoever did made some really good fucking money, but most people didn't put any money on that horse. It was the least voted horse on, money put on it. Epicenter takes this thing, in my opinion. I'm putting the Win Place Show on Epicenter. I'm also taking an exact out on the 2 biggest favorites, Epicenter and early voting. And if you want to take a Win Place Show on early voting, it's 7-2. It means it pays 3.5 times your money. I'm also going to take a dark horse here. Not much of one, but like the 4th or 5th favorite here. Simplification is 6-1. So I'll take a win place show on simplification. And if I decide that I want to take a trifecta, I'll do all 3 of them. I'll do all 3 of them. Epicenter, early voting, and simplification, and I'll box them. Every time I do an exacta, I box it. Every time I do a trifecta, I box it. I'm not going to try to figure out who's going to finish in 1, 2, and 3 exactly.
Yeah.
Let me just box the picks. I can pay double. I'll still make the same amount of money. So I love horse racing. I love Triple Crown. I'm big into it. So it's something a lot of people aren't doing. I like to bring it to the people. And that leaves me with just one thing left on the agenda here in this UFC. I wasn't going to take a pick at UFC this weekend. Actually, Tanner, you've kind of inspired me to do so, enlightening me on the fight tomorrow night between Eric Anders and Park Jung-Young. And Eric putting his own money back at himself in the fight at a plus 170. So I had to drop it.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. The same thing. I mean, any guy that bets on himself is, going to be good. I mean, they're pretty equal fighting wise. I got to do a little more research on the UFC stuff. I'll play some bets for, it's a fight night. So, I enjoy watching those, but I'll definitely play some bets there. There's some good matches on the card. So, but yeah,
have some extra stuff tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock on Bet Today, right?
Yeah. I'll have some UFC stuff there. We'll be talking that and all that. But yeah, Eric Anders, I'll break down that whole storyline tomorrow. I mean, if there's one fight I'm going to watch, probably be that one just because he's betting on himself, obviously.
7:45 p.m. They say that one's going to take place, and it's on pay-per-view. Obviously, it's UFC, right? So, well, check out TJSaltdog on YouTube. He'll get back into the action, I'm sure, at some point here, but he's been a little bit busy doing his own stuff on the side. Tanner Kern, 10 a.m. every day on YouTube and TikTok. Bet the day. 3-team parlay sports. 3-team parlay on Discord, right?
Yep.
Anything I'm missing?
Nope, covered it all. I appreciate you having me on, Brian, and always a pleasure to speak to you and Terry.
Great show. Hope to have you on again soon. And I guess Rob S. is on the Wagers Lounge Discord in the NHL chat, NHL picks and slips portion. We'll try to get Matt Kowalas when he's more settled in down in Florida. We'll try to get Dulcetto back for some soccer picks one of these days. And
he went down there?
No, he's down there for about 3 weeks.
Okay.
We'll try to get the kids back if we can do a 6 o'clock show one of these days, because that's when he's available. What'd you say?
So what's PointsBet thinking about it? Don't they want him there?
He just did a big thing for PointsBet, and I think that they gave him a little time off, from what I understand. I don't think he's working down there, but
okay.
But
I might open an account with PointsBet.
You got it there in Indiana.
Yeah, we got it here in Indiana.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, I was doing it a lot when Michigan basketball was good, not this past season, but the season before that, and not even in the March Madness, but more so in the regular season of college basketball. They'd be favored by 6, 7.5, 5.5, whatever it was, and I draw it out to 15.5. I move the spread, 10 points, where I get paid on every point they win past the spread. And I made some pretty good money doing that. It's the only book where you can do it in increments like that without taking out separate bets. It's all in one bet. You say, I'm going to lay $10 a point for 10 points. You drop $100. And every single point that they win past what they're expected to win by is $10. So you make a pop potentially 100 on top of it, or you lose 100 if they lose by 3.5, whatever it is, depending on the spread. It's interesting. It's not anything that any other book is doing, so that's their claim to fame. And he works for him, and he's a great analyst. I love having him on the show. Love to have him back on soon. So
now he came from DraftKings, right?
He used to work for DraftKings. Now he works for PointsBet.
Okay.
DraftKings does sponsor Detroit sports bettors, so that was where I got started as far as a social media networking, Facebook page on betting, because I only started doing this about a year and a half ago, 14 months. Whenever it came legal in Michigan, I think it was February, late January, early February, Super Bowl time. 2021. So I'm relatively new at this, but so far it's gone pretty well for me. I've taken a lot of money out of it profit wise, put it in the stock market, put it in crypto, spent some of it, And,
crypto.
May has not been my best month. I can tell you that off right now. March and May were both tough, but I haven't lost money on a month yet. So
if you got crypto, you lost money.
That thing's fluctuating all the time,
Crypto market's terrible right now, dude.
Yeah, well, that's not what I'm talking about sports betting here.
I got that one up.
There's a lot
ready to go.
I do stocks online, dude, Tanner.
He's been spending more money, probably more money and time following the stock market and doing his hospital job than he's been doing the sports betting lately. But he'll get really back kicking probably NFL season, maybe college football, definitely NBA. Regular season when he counts the numbers and does his thing. So for now, we've got TJSaltdog as an exclusive on the BP311 This Week in Sports Betting program as the co-host, but he'll get back to his own videos at some point, I'm sure. I guess that's all, guys. We only went a half hour today, but we put a lot of content into that 30 minutes. Hey, Tanner, thanks for coming on. Appreciate you, suffering through it. And hopefully have you on again soon. Terry, as always, good time. Anybody got any final words? I'm just going to say keep it profitable.
Oh, Tanner, I hope you get better, bud.
I appreciate that.
You ain't crapped your pants yet, have you?
No, it's more like congestion, just coughing and stuff. But yeah, fever, all that. But I'm doing good, Terry. I'm going to be outside TD Garden tomorrow night interviewing some people for the for TikTok and all that.
Are they going to run you off again?
I don't know. I've only been kicked out. I've been kicked out once, and then last time, like a cop said to me, he actually got friendly with one of the cops, and he was like talking. He actually got on for an interview. So that was cool. So yeah, you can't be too big of an asshole. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about that.
So. I'll be sure to watch that one. I like it.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. Great time as always.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate
Go Cards.
Hey, guys.